Well, Heidi fucking ho, and welcome to the shit show. This is Saga Garage, even though Brian is not with me today. He is home. I am out on location, and this is pretty much where you come if you want to get some shit done, or at least have a little fun watching us. Because if we could do it drinking, you can do it sober, or drink with us. I really don't give a shit. Just be safe. So a couple questions you might be asking yourself. A, why am I sitting on the shitter? B, why do I have a beer in the bathroom? It's a good question. Well, if your toilet bowl makes a whole lot of fucking noise, if it constantly runs through the night, if it takes for fucking ever to fill back up, this is going to be the video for you. We're going to show you how to change out some of the essentials on the inside of the tank. Very quick, very easy. Don't have to call anybody, don't have to spend a lot of money. You are going to need a couple things. For starters, a new fill valve. These are cheap enough. I think it was like 15 bucks. It's a self-contained unit, comes with pretty much everything you need to fill the tank. Now, you're also going to want to get yourself one of these. This is a flapper. Most popular sizes are 2-inch, 3-inch. This particular toilet is a 3-inch, so that's the one I got for this. These are the two things that usually fail when it comes to a toilet bowl. Either the fill valve had accumulated shit after a long period of time, or the flapper corroded and now lets water leak into the tank, and that's why it sounds like somebody's peeing in the toilet when nobody's in the bathroom. That's usually the flapper. Sometimes if you have a 2-inch flapper, you can buy a package that comes with the fill valve and the flapper all in one. I think it's like $25, $25 or some shit like that. Definitely cheap enough. If you get a plumber to come in and do this shit for you, they're probably going to charge you about $75 to $100. So you want to save yourself a couple bucks, do it yourself. Outside of that, some tools you're going to want to have on hand. Some channel locks. These are very simple to use. They adjust really big to really small. Okay. Want it just to have an adjustable wrench. This is super convenient. We're going to have to take off the water supply line. Again, very adjustable. I don't know if you can see it on my shirt. Let's see if I can put it on the beard. So, see, it gets bigger, smaller. It's good to have around. You're gonna want to have a bucket. If you don't have a bucket, get one. A nice small one that can fit underneath the tank of the toilet. All right. And some towels. Towels. We're working with water. Things are gonna get wet. The floor's gonna get wet. You're gonna want to mop up the baseboards. If you're doing it at your own house, I highly suggest using a shop towel, one that you're going to throw away. Since I'm on location, I'm going to use the customers because fuck her. No, I'm kidding. I'm at my mother's. We're not doing that. I am going to get a better towel, but have some towels lying around, okay? Other than that, when we come back, we're going to show you how to turn the water supply off, disconnect the water supply line, and take the whole thing apart, put the whole thing back together, and hopefully we'll have a little fun while we're doing it. Okay? Cheers, guys. All right, so what are we looking at here? Right now we're looking at the toilet bowl tank. Now some toilet bowls are going to have a separate tank attached to the bowl. This one is an all-in-one unit, which is fine. It's not going to change anything for us. All right, so first and foremost, very important, we need to carefully remove the tank lid. Always use 2 hands and be very careful, as if you drop and break this, you are completely fucked and you're now buying a new toilet. Okay? We're going to put that down very gently on a carpet or somewhere where your kids or dog or anybody's not going to knock it off and shatter into a million fucking pieces. Okay? So, inside here, this is the fill valve. So we're going to change this out. And back here, down in the bottom of the water, is the flapper. So you can see it's all nasty and corroded and shit. Most newer toilet bowls will come with this warning telling you not to put those fucking Clorox tabs in your tank. Why do they tell you not to do that? Well, gaskets and basically the gaskets are made of rubber or some kind of silicone, and the Clorox kind of corrodes it, and then they break and then shit leaks. Okay? That's why we're fucking doing this. So, if your wife or your husband keeps putting those fucking tabs in the tank, tell them to stop. So, what are we going to do first? We're going to grab our phone here, and we're going to come underneath. I know a lot of you like to hide a bunch of shit back here. Take it out. Get rid of it. We need room to work. Probably didn't even know half of this shit was back here. Okay. So, this is your supply valve. What are we going to do with this? We're going to turn it to the off position. Okay. Now we're off. Come up here. Flush the toilet. That's going to need some WD-40. Okay. So all the water's out of the tank. We're going to lift this back up. Let as much of the water drain out as humanly possible. Looks like about it. Okay. We'll put that back down for now. Next, we're going to come back with some gloves on. Not that you really need them. This is all clean water, clean-ish water. That's just schmutz at the bottom that has nothing to do with pee or poo, 1 or 2. All right? But we are going to glove up, and when we come back, we'll show you how to get all of this shit the fuck out of there. Alrighty. Welcome to Underneath the Toilet with me. This line right here is your water supply line. Customer has it in braided steel, which is nice. If you don't already have braided steel, I highly recommend that you kind of upgrade to that. Secondly, this is what we need to pay attention to right here. Okay? We are going to use our adjustable wrench to take off the water supply line, and then we're going to use our hands to try to loosen this up. This right here is what's holding the fill valve to the bottom of the tank. All right? So that's the two main components that we're working with right now, and we'll show you exactly how it goes. I am going to have to move my phone when we get this loose, because water's going to start coming down from here. That's why we have the little bucket. Remember the bucket? Use the little bucket. All right, boys and girls, welcome back to number 1 and 2 land. So as it turns out, we don't even need an adjustable wrench for this here. This particular supply line has a hand screw off. I don't know what you would call it, but that's what it is. I'm going to move you over here if that's okay, because I don't want water all over my fucking phone. Might have to put a fucking hand on there too. Okay. Just to break it off. That is really fucking on there. Let's go on down here and take a look. Okay. So now the supply line is disconnected. That's what we needed. Now the second part to this is going to be this nut. This is also a hand tightened nut. You might need those channel locks to help you maneuver this a little bit. We're going to see if we can do it without. All right. Not a fucking chance. That is on there. All right. That's where this comes into play. Sometimes if it's wrenched on there just way too tightly, these are going to help you out. Okay. We got our bucket. Slide our bucket right underneath, and that's going to block the whole shot. So, how can we rectify this? Okay. All right, guys. So now we're going to go ahead and take off the rest of this fitting here. Apply a little bit of pressure on the top of the valve inside the tank. That's just going to help you loosen it up a little. And it's also going to help keep the water inside the tank while you're doing this. I'm just going to drop that nut in there, and I'm going to hold this up. Okay? Now when I lift up, all going to drip in there. Okay? Easy peasy. Now we can take that out. And as you can see, our whole fill valve is now out. Okay, so now that we got our head out of the bottom of the fucking toilet, what are we looking at now? Right now we're looking at our new fill valve. Now this is gonna need to be adjusted to the height of your water tank. Okay, it's very simple to do. There's a little white plastic piece here. I'm gonna push it forward. Okay, couldn't get easier. Now this part, you're very simply going to screw in either direction to either make it bigger or smaller. You can push it, you can pull it. To make minor adjustments, feel free to just screw it. Okay? So what do we want? We want our water line to be, I don't know, let's say 4 inches below the top of the tank, which means it needs to be about 4 inches below here. I'm going to put this kind of at the top because we have a low profile. Okay? So that's what that's going to do. We're going to stick this piece in. We're going to make more adjustments as necessary. And then when we're done, we're going to close that plastic piece back on there so it stays nice. Okay? And that's going to be that. All right. So now, if you don't want to go through the whole measuring process, another very easy key way to do this is to grab your old one again, okay, and hold it up. Make a match. It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. Now, on this particular one here, I'm going to say that we need to go a wee bit more, okay?
So we're just going to simply pop this back out, screw it in a little bit more, put the cap back on. Okay? Looks like we might have gone a little too far. Too far. And that looks like we are about perfect. Okay? Simple as that, guys. Now, before we go back into these little crevices and you can't really see me or what I'm doing, I want to kind of show you outside. So now we have this to its perfect height right now, and we're still going to be able to adjust our water with this knob here. Okay? This is going to be our water level. We can also adjust the water flow into the bowl with this knob here. Okay? Cool. So, what we're going to do, we're going to put this back in the hole that the old one came out of. Simple enough, there's only one hole. If you have more than one hole, you fucked up somewhere. Okay? We're going to take this nut, and from the bottom of the tank, we're going to screw it on. Okay? Very easy. Now we're going to screw it all the way up while putting some downward pressure right here. All right? That's going to help us get a nice seal. That's what you want. You want a nice seal. You don't want it fucking dripping all over the goddamn place. Otherwise, your husband or wife are going to be bitching. What the fuck did you do? I told you we should have called somebody. Anyway, put a little downward pressure on here. As you screw up from here, the toilet bowl is going to be in the middle here. All right? I'm going to move the camera. You'll get a better idea of what I'm doing. But this is what I'm doing from underneath the tank. Okay? I'm just screwing this on. All right, team. So that's the hole right there. That's the one that we're putting the new fill valve in. I'm going to put the camera here off to the side just for a second while we're using both of my hands, and my camera guy's not here. So I'm sorry for the crudeness. But we're going to get it done, and we're going to show you how to do it. Cool. So, fill valve. We have our new fill valve. The lock is closed. We're going to stick it right on there. Okay? With a little bit of downward pressure, and just so you can kind of see how it's set up here, we have our supply line. This is the water. It's going to come out. All right? So just kind of in there like that. Now, with one hand, we're going to apply just a little bit of gentle pressure. And with our nut, from the bottom. Okay, that's nice. It's in there. It's solid. See if I can give another little quarter return. Okay, that's going to be good enough. All right. Simple, simple. Now, the other little piece that comes in your kit is this one. Looks like a paperclip kind of a thing. I'm gonna close the door because everybody else in this fucking house doesn't understand that we need absolute quiet. Alright? So you're gonna take your fill valve line and you're just gonna shove this little piece in. Okay? What's that gonna do? We're just gonna stick this right on here. Easier said than done. Naturally. There we go. All right. So that just kind of secures right here. Some of you might have a circular one. Some of you might have a square one. Just make sure that the water line isn't sticking up and looking stupid as fuck. But this is the general setup we need right now.
And that's in there nice and tight. Not a lot of wiggle. I mean, obviously there's going to be a little bit of wiggle because it's plastic, but no water is going to come out. It already has the gasket on it, which is nice. All right. So what's up next? Next, we're going to get this out. Okay. This is on just a little chain with a clip. See if I can do this one-handed. Okay. So that's how you detach that. Pull the old one off. And you can kind of see how corroded and nasty that is. Okay? So, I'm going to bend this out just a little bit so we clear. And we'll put another little bend right there. Okay, so now it'll clear the new valve. See? Doesn't hit anything. Very nice. All right, guys. So, I fucked up. Pretty bad. So, I was a little preoccupied getting the video set up and figuring out where I was going to put my phone, that when I took the old flapper off, it's actually a 2-inch, okay? This particular toilet bowl is made by Crawler, and unfortunately, they have specialty flappers, okay? So there's a 2-inch gap here to get around that big rectangle. I didn't know, I wasn't even paying attention. So this is the point in the video where I say, we're kind of doing this together. Yes, I have changed it out before. Unfortunately, I don't know, man, I fucked up. So anyways, we did get the right flapper for this particular toilet, which is a 2-inch, but it has the elongated clips on it. So that's exactly what we needed. All right. And this is going to go on pretty easy now. That off. All right. So we got it out. This is what we're looking at. This ends the top. This ends the bottom. Okay? Need the chain on that. Cool. Alrighty, team. So, back in the tank, we have our proper flapper. And now it should just go right over these little pegs down here at the bottom. All right, that's one. And that's two. Okay, see how, let's see if I can get down here a little bit. See how it just goes right around those little pegs? That's what we want to see. Now, I'm going to reattach our chain. That clips to right here. Again, let's see if we can do it one-handed. If not, I might have to put the phone down. See? Clip, chain. I'm going to have to put the phone down, but we'll show you what we do. Okay. So, flapper, chain, clip. So now, when we flush the toilet, it picks the flapper up. And that's what we need. Hey guys. So, we're heading back down to the bottom of the toilet again. Alright? So you can see, that's where our fill valve is now coming out of. Well, it was coming out of there before, prior, so that didn't change. But the new one's in. We're going to put this down here. Now we're going to take our water supply and we're going to twist it back on. Nice and tight. Don't over tighten it, you don't have to. Okay, that's it. It's done. We're good. Now we're going to slide on over here.
is our water supply valve. And we're going to turn her back on. Alright guys, so we're back underneath the toilet. As you can see, this is our new supply valve for the toilet. It's on there nice and tight. Double check that. Nice and tight. Okay. We're going to take our water supply line. We're going to screw her back on. Oh, make sure that rubber gasket's in there. Otherwise, you're going to fucking shoot water all over the goddamn place like I just did. Okay. Now, don't over tighten this. You don't need to. It has that rubber gasket in there, okay? So now we're going to come over and we're going to turn our water supply back on. Looking good. I'm going to bring you guys up here to the top. And as you can see, the water is now filling up. This particular toilet has a water line on it. And when it gets to that line, we're going to start adjusting it from there. Okay? Alright guys, so we're a little low. That's okay. We can fix this. So, I'm just going to simply turn this. To allow a little more water. Look at that. We're right at the line. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to do a little testy test. Looks and sounds good to me. See how long it takes to come back up. About 20 seconds. It's pretty fucking good if I do say so myself. Okay, now, last thing we need to do right now is go ahead and put our tank lid very carefully back on, and we will come back in just a few seconds. All right, my fine fuckers. So, we ran into some issues. We did. We conquered and overcame. So really quickly to recap what we did. For starters, we shut our water supply off. All right, that was easy enough. Then with our hands, we unscrewed the water supply line. Easy. And then our wrench, we needed our channel locks to kind of loosen up the old fill valve. Yours, you might not need to. Some of them have a nut, and you're absolutely going to need those channel locks. I can't tell you for sure because I haven't seen your toilet. Obviously, this one is a special case as well as we needed that special flapper. So we got the old fill valve out. We measured it. We got it, I would say, perfect as far as height to the old one. Put the new one in, screwed it on from the bottom. Great. Then we changed our flapper out. Make sure you buy the right flapper for your toilet. Double check before you go to Home Depot. Otherwise, like me, you're going to have to run back to fucking Home Depot and get another one. Kohler, they use specialty parts. Who knew? I didn't.
I know I changed this flapper out at least one time within the last 20 fucking years my mother's had this house. I just didn't remember, and whatever. Usually you're going to be able to get away with universal fit, like the one you saw me have earlier. That was a 3-inch. That was wrong as well. This toilet is in fact a 2-inch with an elongated clip. So another fucking mind fart. But we got the right one. Home Depot had it. Great for us. So we just clipped those little pieces in. We put our chain back on. I did lube the flapper here, the lever. So that's going to glide real nice and easy. Had a couple beers. Then we reattached the water supply line and turned our water back on. We double checked that there was no water dripping out. Oh, make sure that little rubber piece is inside your water supply line. That's going to stop the water from spitting all over the fucking place like it did on me. It was actually stuck into the old fill valve, and I didn't realize that as well. So it was a lot of fuckery for me today. Probably too many beers. But moving forward, we got the rubber gasket back on, put the water supply back into the tank, and turn the water on. Works great as far as I'm concerned. We tested it. Takes about 20 seconds for the tank to fill. That's a pretty respectable time. And if you guys will excuse me, I'm pretty much done here. Okay? Catch you next time.